Welcome, denizens of the deep, to a new Media Guild video. Today we'll be going over the Easter batch that has just been released for Deep.io. We are a little bit late on it, but we're here nonetheless to show you all of the cool skins.
That's right. Y'all ready to take a look at these amazing skins with the Bagel Master and the Wormifier?
So first up, we've got the Damsel Flying Fish.
The Damsel Flying Fish. Let's take a look at that.
It's
What do you think
definitely...
so far?
Right now, I think that it's more unique than, like, other skins that I've seen, like, that are newer. A lot of newer skins have sort of been, like, the same to me, if that makes any sense. They're not, like, new ideas, new concepts. They're reskins and they look nice, yes, but they don't look as different as, like, the original skins did. And I kind of like that this one's, like, really new, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's got those two sets of wings that are basically the same size compared to the regular flying fish that has like the bigger ones on the front and the smaller ones on the back of it. It's got that long tail at the bottom. Uh, and it's not like part of the main body, it's just a big long tail going down. And it's got its nice little six legs, kind of similar to the butterfly. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty neat,
I
I'd
like that
say.
skin, yeah. And then for the bluebirds, I I think we've had one other male and female skin. I kind of like that concept. It's a simple skin, but it looks nice, and the male and female thing is pretty neat concept to me. I think we had that with Mahi Mahi before, right?
So Mahi Mahi had a female and a male skin at some point, and it doesn't anymore. Is
Oh,
that
it
what
got
you're saying?
removed, right? I remember seeing it a while ago.
Okay, maybe was it an unrealistic skin or was it a
No, I think it was a
natural
realistic
skin?
skin. I might be wrong though. I just think I remember Mahi Mahi having one.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So that's the what was that the little
bluebirds.
lock or yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
they're little lock skins.
Okay.
Did they change habitat?
It doesn't look like they have any description of them. I haven't tried them out to know whether they change habitat or not. But
I think they
they,
might change to swamp because I can't really see how bluebird would live in the Arctic, but who knows? Might not be.
Swamp Bluebird. All right.
And
What's
then
next?
Easter Bunny. Obviously, like there's got to be an Easter Bunny. It's an Easter batch. I think we've
May
had a
as
few
well.
Easter Bunnies before, but it's pretty simple and I like it. It's
What skin is that for? The Easter Bunny, which one is that?
I actually don't know.
Is it Bobbit? Is
It
it
doesn't seem to say.
Cookie Cutter?
It could be really
Barreleye?
anything because there's no. It's obviously an unrealistic seasonal
Oh,
skin.
it's Barreleye. It's
It's
Barreleye. It's
Barreleye,
Barreleye.
right? Because it's there's no other like rabbit in the game, so it could really be anything.
Yeah, no. I assume because of the dome head, I just looked and yeah, it's
It's a
the
Barreleye,
yeah,
and
that's how
then
we know. Looks like an astronaut kinda.
it does, and I like how it's still would be able to survive underneath the water because it's got its little bubble. I kind of like that. And then we got
Very
the
realistic.
definitely realistic. Not much about this game is realistic though. Uh, Earth Day Sprout, another seasonal one. This one's got I really like the little rounded rectangles in it. It looks very simplistic yet very complicated at the same time. I like it. What do you think?
The skin feels very grounded and rooty, you know? I like how authentic it feels, you know? It feels like I could drink my mocha latte right next to it and be like, yeah, this feels very natural. So I definitely like this skin. If I had to pick a skin to watch as I enjoy my drink, it would be that Earth Day Sprout for sure.
I like the skin, but I think I like a bit more the Hanami Squid. I'm not
Hanami
sure if
squid.
it's number like 2 or 3 for me, but I really like it. It's really
Is
neat.
that Japanese? It
I
is.
don't know what
It's
holiday it's for. Obviously, it's a seasonal skin. This is an Easter batch.
it says the Hanami is a Japanese traditional custom for enjoying the transient beauty of flowers.
So that's there's our answer, guys. I really like the skin. It's extremely detailed. I don't know who did it though.
It is quite detailed and it's very colorful. It really catches your eye, but that could be a good or a bad thing in the deep, you know? Anything that catches your eye in the deep,
It
you
may not
might
be too
be
great.
Yeah, it might not be too great in that case, but it looks like a good flex to have anyway.
Definitely does. And then the Hive Codon Typus whale shark
Hive code
skin.
on type. Wark.
It's a
Okay.
unique idea, and I really dig this skin.
Shout out to Wark. It
Warp
looks like
Apis.
it looks like it's filled with honey. Is that just honey all over it?
I think that is honey. I mean, it's a hive skin. I'd assume so. Then we
So
got
both of its fins are honey and it has honey in its mouth.
yeah,
And
I like
there's
that.
like yeah, that's interesting.
I
It looks
wonder
like
what
there's
its
some like
little
just
morals would
dripping
be.
off of it.
I like
Very
when
cool.
skins have like stuff floating off it, like little particles, like the Hanami squid. And
That's
then
true. That's true.
I think my favorite skin out of this batch is the Astral Octopus. I just think it's super
Ooh.
cool.
It does look pretty cool. I'm taking a look at it. It looks like a bunch of zodiac signs are in there.
Constellations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Orion right over there. And then I don't know. I'm not a constellation expert, but I just think
Me neither.
it's pretty cool.
Tell us
Craze
in the
would be
comments,
very happy.
guys. Tell us in the comments what constellations these are.
I think the
We need to
bottom
know the
one
Easter
is
egg.
Orion, but I'm not sure of the other two. And then
There's
Earth,
multiple.
yeah, there are. And then Earth Day Megamouth.
Okay,
Uh,
another Earth-based skin. Love that.
I like it, and I like Earth Day skins, and I like how it's not just like all Easter and it's like the spring holidays, and I think that's brings a bit more variety to the skins that we're gonna have instead of all being flowery and bright like the Easter Bunny. But I personally think this one could have used a bit more than just like I feel like this is more of a Valentine's Day skin because this could just easily be made of chocolate, and you'd never be able to tell the difference. It doesn't really look as grounded as like the Earth Day sprout, the Archerfish skin. I
Yeah, it could be because it's just two-tone. It has a
yeah,
lighter brown and then a darker brown on the outside. But the other Earth Day
it's more
skin has a bit more layering and different colors, and it's not absolutely the same color all around. This one maybe could have had a bit more detail if we're trying to convey dirt here, in my opinion. Not my favorite skin, but an interesting skin nonetheless. I like the red eyes, the little
the red eyes are
dots,
nice.
little red dot eyes, but that's all I could say for that one.
And unlike the Hanami squid, I think it may actually provide an advantage in the gameplay depending on if you're like for example in the Arctic. That might help you blend in a bit more than like the regular Megamouth skin. Like depending on what terrains are around you. So
I
that
mean,
could
if
be an
there's just
advantage.
any kind of brown terrain, most likely, yeah, that could be the
It'll
case
blends much more in with the browns. And
for sure.
then Nature Strikes Back. This has a lot going on.
Lots of Venus flytraps, or a couple of them.
I like
Uh,
that.
there's a pitcher plant.
Little scorpion on that. I really think that's pretty neat. Just a couple bugs in it.
Are those bamboo sprouts?
I
Or what are those?
can't tell. Deep IO artists are a huge fan of bamboo sprouts. Just ask Doodalina. Wait, she left the community actually. Oh, that's pretty sad. I liked her
Sure
stuff.
did.
But especially her and like a lot of artists, they really seem to love putting bamboo in everything, so I would not be surprised if it was. I really like the
Would
skin.
not catch you off guard. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's a very detailed skin. I think it looks pretty good. I do still like the Hanami squid a bit more than Nature Strikes Back personally.
I think Nature Strikes Back is really nice, and I love having like so much stuff. But I feel like it's maybe a bit too much going on, and when you're in game, it's just gonna look like a blend of colors, while the Hanami Squid is gonna look more like more of a cohesive unit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there is quite a blend of colors here. I see some pinks, some purples, some
Greens,
greens.
obviously.
Uh, I mean, the other colors are kind of smaller, but you can see like blue, red, a bit of orangish yellow. But there is a decent variety in general on that skin, but the Hanami has more like pink tones in general, not
Yeah,
just the vibrant pink, but some darker pink colors as well.
it's a good squid nonetheless. I think it's. I'm not sure how I rank it, but personally, I go Astral Octopus, Hanami Squid, and then Nature Strikes Back as my favorites. But I think all of them are pretty good on this slide.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. I'm
What's
going to the
next?
next slide. Oh, we've got one more. The Matariki. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of this. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Matariki. Where
I
is that? That's not a beluga, is it? I don't think so.
that looks like a Raskin, Napoleon Ras.
Oh, Napoleon Ras. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, it's another
Yeah,
constellation skin. Looks
I
nice.
see it. So here's what it says on the description. In Maori culture, Matariki is the name of the Pleiades star cluster. On Rapa Nui, Matariki heralded the new year, and its disappearance in mid-April ended the fishing season. So
Well,
no more fishing after mid-April.
that makes sense why it's at this time. That's a
Yeah,
pretty neat skin. I love how it's more than just like Easter, and it's got all these different things that you're no one heard of before, and you're learning a lot about different cultures of the world through this game.
they
Important.
released this whole batch late because they wanted to wait until mid-April just for this skin to
Oh, that's super
fit the
cool.
lore. I think that's why, because now it should disappear after what, another week or so. So
Right.
by mid-April, it's gonna follow the lore, I believe.
Skinboard. Why did you add so little? Dear user, why did you make so little? That's a good point. People always blame Crabinet for, like, not having good content, but we can only add what you guys create. So if you guys have ideas for stuff, just make it. It's not that difficult, and if it's a good enough idea, we'll add it.
You can make your dreams come true.
All right, reskins. I remember having a lot of controversy that was over on these, but I personally
Plenty.
think they're really nice.
So what do you think of the striped silver dollar?
That I do not remember what the original of that one looks like, but the new one looks really cool in my opinion. It looks like a Myhailot skin. Uh, don't know who made it, but it looks like something Myhailot would do, and there's a lot of people who've been copying his style recently, and I personally really like it.
Do you pronounce it Halit or Haliet?
Oh my god,
Like a
have I been
halibut?
pronouncing it wrong this entire time?
I feel like you have. I'm pretty sure it's,
Uh oh,
yeah, I don't know if it's Haliet, but
it's probably Halliet. Oh my gosh, it's definitely Halliet now
I,
that I think about it.
okay. Well, now you know.
Now I
So
know.
you've been messing it up this whole time.
I'm sorry, Halliet.
Okay. Hopefully he accepts your apology in the comments. But we have to move on
Moon
to, is that the
jellyfish.
moan jellyfish or the moon jellyfish?
Very funny.
No, I literally can't see it. Okay, it's
It
moon.
says moon
It says
jellyfish. I
moon.
thought you were making fun of me for
No, it's
mispronouncing Halliet.
no, it looks like an A from a distance here.
Yes, moon jellyfish. I think that's supposed to show that it's transparent in the backgrounds, or I'm not sure, but it's really neat, and I like the way it looks like it's glowing. Like a lot of skins, like jellyfish skins, they just look like they're a solid color, but this one really shows like a glow on it, and I kind of like that.
It does have that glow, and it doesn't. It looks like it's more transparent on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at both in the game and on these slides here. It does look like it is a transparency thing on the back, so it's definitely not like dark blue on the back of it,
Right.
right?
And then we got sunset frog.
That was another reskin. Let's see.
Yes, these are all reskins.
Yep,
Uh,
and it's a size scale zero point 0.1 times less.
so small advantage, not really though, but um, I don't really have much to say about this one. I think I remember what the original one looks like. Doesn't seem to be a huge
They
difference,
added
but
to this, I believe.
hmm, it's more. I don't know how to describe it. It's very minimalistic.
The other one was even more minimalistic, if you
Really?
can believe it. I'm
Oh
pretty
wow.
sure it was. It didn't have all these dots everywhere, and then it didn't have the grippers, on the hands and the feet.
Yeah.
But now it
Oh, I
does.
didn't notice those little grippers. Those are pretty neat. I like those.
So it did get a little bit more detail. And then on the sides, you can kind of see not a serrated edge, but you can see on the edges of the
The frog,
sunset
yeah.
frog. That's a new detail
He's got
that
a little
I'm
thing on
seeing
the
here.
back. I like that. I personally think that it adds a lot of detail to the back of the frog.
There you go. What's next?
Everglades dwarf siren.
Which
Now,
animal's that?
that's an Olm skin.
Okay, the Olm. It's a
Have
small
not
two-legged
seen.
salamander. It's only found in the wetlands of southern Florida. So, Those of you living in Florida, better beware.
That's me.
Uh-oh.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
you're
one
in
of these
trouble.
though, so I cannot speak as to what it actually looks like. I'll put actually an image of the real animal about right now. And
They
next we've got the patch-nosed salamander,
we
which
do.
is, I believe, an ulm or an axolotl skin. I can't tell. It looks like an
It's an ulm.
axolotl. It's an ulm,
It's
right?
a
I just got a bit
lungless.
confused because it looks like an axolotl with the little, they're not horns, but like the little tendrils on his head. I like them.
It, yeah, yeah. It's a lungless miniature salamander. So it's just a small salamander. And it's found in Georgia and South Carolina.
A lot of uh, Southeast
Yep,
USA
southern
animals.
southeastern states. Pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's
Red-breasted
next?
wras's ability sprite. Uh, there's really not much to say about this one. It's an ability sprite. Uh, Most people don't really notice the differences, especially in like RAS blocks, because it's just a RAS block.
Hey, is this block like a bit tall
It does look
compared?
taller than the normal one, but
It's not a square, it's a rectangle.
it's a bit stretched. But I don't. Would that have a game change effect? That feels a bit overpowered.
If it was rectangle, it would. I'm pretty sure it was stretched though, but hopefully that isn't the case.
Maybe they stretched the original one too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, who knows? I think they just made it fit the whole
All right.
reskin
So
box here, but
in that
what's next?
case, red-breasted wrasse may be a good buy if you're looking for an absolute edge in gameplay in any way you can find. Then
Exactly.
Indian bullfrog. I like this skin. It's very colorful, very vibrant. It's a nice skin.
So Hoplobacterachus tigerinus.
What?
Tiger inus. I don't know how you pronounce that, but
I
it's a
have no
tiger
idea either.
bullfrog.
Tiger bullfrog.
Yeah,
Sort of the
it's
coloration on the legs sort of looks like a tiger, but I think the one right after it sort of looks like a tiger or like a leopard, but the checkered keelback really looks like one actually, like a tiger. It's the
it's native
coloration.
to it's native to South Asia, apparently.
Are we talking about the keelback or the bullfrog?
The bullfrog, the bullfrog. Sorry, I was still on the
Oh,
bullfrog.
okay.
I had my mind on that, but the keelback, huh? Where
Yeah,
is
it
that?
looks like a tiger more to me than the actual Indian bullfrog.
Yeah, there you go.
And then we've got the sharp tail mola, which I remember this was one of the first sunfish skins, wasn't it?
Possibly,
I
but it
think
has
it
a size
was.
scale change now. I don't believe
Oh,
that was there before. Maybe I'm
no, it was
wrong,
not. I don't think it was. Is
but
it a large
that
size
was
ship?
added. A large size what?
What is it, like a large size scale change or just a small one?
It is minus 0.15 times, so
It's
it
it's a
is just
noticeable
enough to
difference.
be somewhat game changing.
Right.
So that is worth consideration. So it would give you a bit of an edge if you want to be a bit more agile as a
Sunfish
sunfish.
main.
Yep.
How many of those are there even left? And
Who
then
knows? But don't you gotta be careful around this mugger crocodile.
that
Okay.
looks really neat. They changed this one a lot. I
Yeah, it's
like
a
the
very intelligent
vines.
species. Apparently, of course. I mean, crocodiles are
Very
cover itself in
intelligent.
debris and camouflage. Ooh, very
And you
cool.
can see some of that debris on the crocodile itself. And I really like those vines and leaves and stuff on it. It adds a whole lot of like, I don't really know how to describe it, but a lot of detail sort of to the animal. And I think in game it would look really awesome, especially if you come out of like hiding as a crocodile log in there and then you just jump out and get someone as a mugger crocodile with these vines. I think it would look really neat.
Yeah, you'll easily mug somebody with that skin. So you're gonna take all their points. Give
And
me your
then
points.
the final slide. Forbidden truth is not for mortals. You do not wish to see the beasts that will awake. Uh,
Foreshadowing.
SG probably has a lot of dangerous news on all of the artists here. I'm sure they're plotting their rebellion against the Superior Cartography Guild.
Yes, the artist rebellion is on the rise, I'm sure,
We
but
all
they
know what
will be
Taco is
squelched.
planning. Alright, so that's the Easter skin batch, everybody. I really like the batch, even though it's pretty small. Um, I think it's got a lot of really neat skins in it. So that wraps up for today. Anything else you want to say?
No, this was a nice little skin batch. Again, I wish they did have more, but again, I guess we just didn't put in that many recommendations this time around. So hopefully we can get more. And I mean, I think that's all I gotta say. I'm just ready to sign out.
Right, yeah, me too. Alright, that wraps it up for today. Fare thee
Uh,
well.